everybody, and welcome back to another changelog patch notes reading, or whatever I'm doing here. And today we have some minorly big ones for a type of playstyle that gunners like to use. That some gunners like to use, not every single one. But it is relatively important. So, we have big bug fixes, which is fine. One of the ones that I am looking for here that hasn't been fixed yet is they added collision to ragdolls, and because they added collision to ragdolls, now glyphid legs, like the basic leg when they are jibbed off of a glyphid, now have collision and will yeet you somewhere. It is very interesting. It's also fun. But here's where I actually want to start reading. Stormers can no longer be stunned. Okay, they shouldn't be able to stun in the first place. Slow down how quickly a player can change directions on a zipline. It was already kind of quick. And now they just slowed it down, which is... it's not going to really affect most people. Increased zipline's base angle and the bonus of upgraded injection mod joint thing something. So now it has gone from 30 to 40, and now it's gone from 30 to 32, and this makes it 38. Is this going to affect a lot of things? Probably not, but makes it more interesting, that's definitely sure. It's a buff to the zipline, which I think do need a buff. They are really boring and really slow, and it didn't get buffed in this patch, but you know, it actually got nerfed. Made walking enemies that can shoot more likely to target players on a zipline. So the wet Tshirt Gunner, meta, whatever, the boring thing that people do, is now nerfed. I don't think it's nerfed into the ground, but it's definitely nerfed to some point. There's not a lot of bugs in the game that can shoot you, and not a lot of bugs in the game that can shoot you and still stay alive for, you know, an extended period of time. I still think people will be doing the wet Tshirt Gunner, but not as much. Steve's health bar now shows the name of the player. Good quality of life. New headlines now correctly refresh every 10 minutes. News headlines, thank you. Tweaked hazard bonus for warnings. I don't actually know what the tweaks are for the hazard warnings. It doesn't say it in the paste bin. So, I only have a moderate guess of what it is. My guessing is that they've changed, like, some of the, like, regenerative bugs and all that. Some of the more annoying ones to be 20 instead of what it used to be. Fixed core lock. I don't care. Reduce the damage resistance of Elite Praetorian Brundle and Oppressor by 20%. This was much needed. They had way too much health. And this is based on the new scaling system. So I have no idea what their HP is now. So we'll find out. But they have 20% less HP. And that's always a good thing. Reduce small enemy damage resistance by 5%. Probably not going to matter in the long run. But hey. Less bullet spongy, it's great. Removed Elite Web Spitter. I've never seen one, and I assume they literally die instantly when you just look at them, so yeah, getting removed is good. Increase the cooldown between Elite spawns by 30 seconds and Elite Threat. I think it was like 3 minutes. Not too entirely sure how long it was, but I know it was definitely not long enough. Elites have more diverse behavior. The Elite Menace shoot less but burrow faster and more often. This is awful. I hate it. I know somebody suggested it, and apparently the devs took a liking to it. But I don't like this. The reason being is regenerative bugs exists. So if you get an Elite Menace on regenerative bugs, that thing's staying with you the entirety of the mission. Elite Acid Spitter. Shoot slightly faster, but less shots, move around more often and faster. Acid Spitters are already pretty quick on Hazard 5, and also their shots are insanely quick, and will snipe you when you're not paying attention. That's basically the only time an Acid Spitter actually hits you, is if you're not paying attention to them. Elite bulk detonator, slightly increased death explosion radius, and more bombs released on death. This isn't going to matter that much. I haven't seen an elite bulk detonator, but whenever I do, I will want to... the end of the gun is looking very tasty. Weapon tweaks. Driller's HE grenade. Increased damage, reduced damage fall-off, expanded max damage area a bit, and increased the grenade count. Let's go look at the actual numbers. So, the carried amount goes from 4 to 6. Good. Max damage radius is 2.5 meters added from... Let's go find out. I actually don't know what its damage radius was. Yeah, they're just holding invisible shit. So 2.5 meters, it was not big at all. Holy hell, that was a small radius. Minimum damage fall-off, 15%. So it was added on 15%. It was 20% damage at minimum damage radius, and apparently, maximum damage radius. So this has always been the effect radius, right here, the 2.3. They just added from somewhere on that 2.5. So probably now they have 1.5 meters, probably, of minimum damage, of like the damage fall off. And the minimum damage that it can be is 35%. And they added 10 more damage. I still don't think these things are good. I think they are definitely better, but they definitely are still bad. Experimental Plasma Charger added a percentile damage bonus and increased effect radius penalty on Flying Nightmare. Flying Nightmare did get buffed, but it also got buffed? Or nerfed? I don't know. Find out. What is this? A diffusive plasma, so... Okay, so yes. It did get nerfed and buffed at the same time. Very weird. Let's go actually see. So, heat pipe. Flying Nightmare damage multiplier, 1.2 added. Radius reduced by 0.15% from 55 to 40. Charge speed penalty removed. Okay. I just realized that thin containment field charge shot heat generation went from got an added 0.55, like times 0.55 on it, from 25 to 0.8. Okay. That's a direct nerf to it. Is it still good? Oh, absolutely. Cryo Cannon, reduce the bonus versus frozen type targets for the Ice Storm Overclock. It is now times 2? That doesn't sound right. Let's find out what it is. Ice Storm. That doesn't give me... I guess it's just times 2. It must have been times 3 and then they reduced it. Alright, well, that's that. There is also a nice link at the bottom to ask questions for them. But in any case, this is a very short list, and it'll probably keep getting shorter and shorter. In any case, you all have a wonderful night.